All right, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Back live. Missed out yesterday. Been busy. Been busy at work. Always let me know in the comment. I think I had a couple of comments on my community post saying, you got an easy life working from home. And I do. It's good, but it's been busy. So it's good, though. It's fortunate. It's nice that it's keeping me busy. Keeping busy at work means more money to invest down the road. So always good. And it's been sunny out. I feel like I've got a bit of a sun. I went for a little bit of a walk yesterday. So summer, not quite summer, but spring seems to be hitting the west coast here, which is nice. So welcome, everybody. Get the housekeeping out of the way. If you're watching on the replay, we go live usually Monday to Friday, unless we're busy, but usually Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock to about 8:45, and have a conversation about our TFSAs, investing, Wealthsimple, the market, whatever the heck is happening, and kind of wherever the conversation takes us. So open to your comments, questions. Feel free to leave one if you're watching on the replay. I will get back to you. But if you're watching live, good morning. Welcome. The coffee crew is rolling in, and I do need a sip of coffee. And we'll see who is here. First one in today. There we go. Good morning, Stan. Hopefully you're good. You were here before, pretty much before I was. I didn't get the stream scheduled until this morning because I forgot to do it yesterday. And literally as soon as I posted it, Stan was on. Here we go. Welcome. Good to have you here. And yeah, Nadia, you didn't quite beat him, but good to have you here, channel member. Welcome. Hopefully your morning's doing good as well. Haven't seen Candace for a bit, but I think Candace is still under the weather. Maybe she's tuning in and just kind of lurking. Candace, get well soon, and we'll catch you back on. We'll catch you back when you come back. And Chris, yeah, that was one of the ones I was going to mention today as well. Shopify, yeah, if you took some profit selling with a 20% jump this morning, there you go. I was going to say congratulations to anybody that bought Shopify yesterday. I don't own Shopify outside of if it's in any of my ETFs, but it had I guess from what I understand, Chris, they sold off part of their company, it was their I want to say logistics section. I think I read it briefly, but up quite substantial. So good for anybody that has Shopify. I think a few people on the crew here has Shopify. So there we go. Take nothing wrong with taking some money and running. Chris, good call, good job. There you go. And Frosty Fire, good to have you back. Always good. Good morning. Hopefully you're doing well. And do we think? Well, let us know in the comments as well. Everybody that's watching, I have a feeling these things always kind of happen coming up towards the weekend. Frosty Fire looking. There's a few banks, some of the smaller banks in the States are not faring that well. Prices I saw after closing were down substantially, and then this morning are down substantially. It's like 40, 50%. That's not good. I think we'll see some more. I'm not sure, but it's pretty much if past indications of what's happened are going to happen this weekend, I'm sure we'll see some of these getting sold quite quickly over the weekend. What is it? The government will step in. Is the state's FDIC possibly will step in, and they will probably be sold. Yeah, I think that's happening. I did read a brief article. Doesn't seem like any kind of Canadian banks are getting super affected by it yet, but there might be some issues with obviously some of the exposure that some of the Canadian banks have with down in the States. But I was also reading as well, TD is not going through with that purchase of what one was it? I can't remember. Someone, if you're in the comments, it popped up today for me as well. TD is they're basically kind of walking away from the where did it go here? They've called off the deal to First Horizon. So they won't be going through with that. That was supposed to be a $13.4 billion purchase, and then First Horizon. That's one of the ones, Frosty, that you were maybe you were mentioning. Like today, if we look at it, it's down like 30 as of right now. 30. That's my wrong page. Looks like it's froze. It's down 35.78% as of right now. So interesting times. I think we'll be in for another interesting weekend. And see what the heck is happening down there. Seems to always happens on like Fridays and then over the weekend, obviously when the banks are closed. And if a good place to watch for the news and what the heck is happening is on Twitter. You can usually kind of find a lot of stuff that's happening kind of in real time over the weekend, especially if you're interested in that. So time will tell. Oh, you kept some. Yeah, you kept some. Good call. The probably not a bad idea. Take some profits and reinvest them somewhere else. Keep some for long term. Yeah, that's good call. That's awesome. It's nice. It's always nice to to hear when people make some money on something and are able to take some profits. That's awesome. That's really good. Really good. One stock that I know I was looking at, and it was the talk of Blossom yesterday was Aritzia. Aritzia yesterday took a big drop, about 20 some odd percent, based on their earnings. I don't know. That's one I've kind of had my eye on a little bit, but I don't know if anybody has Aritzia as well, but that was down. So maybe some opportunity there. I don't know, Chris. But that's kind of happened. Lots of volatility out there. It just doesn't. It's just a crazy time. And it seems like we've been in this for a really long time now, going on. I think well over a year at this point. It feels like definitely some turbulent times out there. So for me, just really sticking with my core dollar cost average weekly deposits, not trying to be too smart on anything, but staying diligent. I think that was the plan for the year, and I think it's kind of paying off, not to do anything too crazy with my portfolio. That's for sure. For those that are watching and obviously know that I've started to get into XEQT. A lot more diversification in there, so we'll keep building those VDY, VFE, XEQT. That's kind of my goal for the rest of the year. Anyways, we'll see. Obviously, interest rates. Talking about banks and everything else, interest rates down in the States increased again. Yes, that was yesterday. So we kind of briefly talked about that on Tuesday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. This week is going so fast. And there were a couple people actually thought they wouldn't actually increase rates. I know Candace had mentioned, she was kind of saying that she was kind of predicting that they wouldn't, but of course, as we saw yesterday, they did 25 basis points down in the States. So I think that's why we're seeing a lot of these regional banks down today again. But in reading and kind of following up on the wording of it, they've kind of taken out the wording. So basically there'll be more. They haven't taken rate increases off the table, but the way they word it kind of comes across worded like it's at that point where they've hit the peak. So hopefully we'll start to see. Well, I mean, obviously in Canada things seems to be still expensive, but hopefully we start to see some inflation start to come down and no rate increases, at least in Canada. I think for the next little while, and I guess in the States we'll see that as well. Big question now is when will they come down? What are we going to do? What's the big thing is recession, and we'll have to see what pans out. And in talking of that, I actually had an article on. Hopefully, I can share this. My looks like my screen share might not have been working properly. I might have to refresh it. Bear with me here. Let's see here if it's going to cooperate. It's not going to cooperate. One sec here. I will. I can switch this. That's not right. Anyways, okay, well, I can, I don't know why that's not refreshing. Bear with me here. Let's fix this. If I can. Nope, always seems to freeze. Oh well, there we go. Technical difficulties. I had an article basically was with companies in Canada that have laid off Canadian workers in 2023. It's quite actually exhaustive. A lot of software companies, a lot of kind of tech companies. There's obviously this wouldn't be the only list, but a couple of the big ones on there that obviously you would know and hear about. Best Buy has laid off employees, 700 employees in January. Cineplex laid off about 30 workers in February. A couple other ones. Google in Canada has laid off about 12,000 people, announced in mid-January, and then in early February was when they started to take effect. Hootsuite, that's a tech social media company out of Vancouver. They've cut about 7% of their staff, so 70 people. Not a huge number there, but all these things are going to add up. Hudson's Bay, 250 employees in January. Meta, Facebook, that's obviously had big layoffs as well. This is across altogether over 10,000 people. And then Nordstrom obviously closing their Canadian stores. That's 2,500 staff. Post Media has laid off. Shopify, again, Shopify we're just talking about. They have laid off a lot of people as well. So it's definitely interesting times out there. Hopefully everybody is still keeping working. I've been fortunate enough to be quite busy, so that's always a good thing. But just things to be kind of aware of, that's for sure. The one article, and I think it's the one that I'm able to share that I was going to talk about, is CRA. So the strike that was going on are now basically back to will be ending their strike, and so that's a good thing. Tax time's passed. Obviously, if you filed your taxes, hopefully you did, and they were due on the first. So hopefully you filed your taxes. But so obviously, hopefully they'll be starting to go back to work, which is good. Especially, I know a lot of people have a hard time kind of somebody's getting hold of CRA on the best of times. So this will hopefully help if people had, I guess, any problems and need to get stuff sorted out. I think the tax deadline, if you're self-employed and have a business, like run your own business, is coming up June 15th. So still some time to do that. You're not under the gun yet for finishing taxes if you're self-employed, but everybody else. So that's good. They're back to work, and that's nice that there's other places, because I know, other departments, not just CRA, was off, but like if it's anything to do with pensions and disability stuff, and so that's nice to have them back, kind of started now to get back to work as much as they do like to work. We'll see, but that's a good thing. There we go. That is the news that I had today. We have it's always seems to be sometimes a quiet day when I take a break for a couple of days, but it's always good. So if anybody has any comments and more questions, fire them away. This is just about the stream is more just about everybody and not just me. So if there's anything else in particular on anybody's mind on investing TFSAs, fire them away. One thing I did notice, talking back about back on Blossom, I'm a lurker on Blossom. There's some good posts on there. That's where I found out about the Aritzia yesterday, but they've also, looks like they've announced like a pro version of Blossom, so it does some more features. Now again, it's a subscription. It seems like there's like a never-ending barrage of subscription stuff you can sign up for, but they do have a free trial, so you can check it out. I think probably a lot of people looks like they've signed up for it, whether it's the free trial or signing up for the year. You can do a yearly or monthly, which looks good. But then they've added some new features that'll track your portfolio. I think it does a better job at tracking your dividends that you'd be receiving from your shares. It'll track your also, like, it'll give you like a yield on what your portfolio is producing. So kind of some new features in there. Looks kind of interesting. I haven't upgraded. I don't use it enough to subscribe to use it, and I'm trying to cut back on subscriptions as opposed to pay more, but it looks kind of interesting, so you might find something there. So make sure you do have that if you have Blossom, update your app, and you might want to check that out. And Darth Vader, did I get the new YouTube layout? I'm not sure if there was a new YouTube. I don't know. I haven't heard of that. So let me know more details. My channel does, I think, look the same. Let me just go to my channel. Yeah, it does kind of looks the same so far. So I'm not sure what the difference might be. Let me know in the comments what it is. Let me just check as well my other. I think my other channel is the same too. I don't want to log into that one when I'm logged into here doing the stream. But yeah, let me know what the difference is. Interesting. YouTube's always doing some changes and stuff to their apps and everything else. Some of the features, they don't always release them to all the channels. Sometimes they release like sneak peek stuff to certain channels for testing, that kind of stuff. So maybe that was what it was. But interesting. Yeah, they're always doing some changes with their mobile app and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the what is the Blossom? I looked at that as well because of course it pops up when you first log in, Chris. Let me just double check. I can't remember what it was. That's what I thought. I mean, it's not like super expensive, but I mean, if you're paying what it costs, so you can, it gives you better sector breakdown, performance index, dividend contributions, see which holdings contribute more to your dividend payout, monthly dividends, asset allocation, and obviously you support them because the app was free, so they need to make money somehow. And you get a free trial, and it can be seven days, and it's for looks here it's $4.90. So if you sign up for annual plan, it's $4.99 a month, $60 a year. That's not too bad. A couple bucks a month, which is pretty good. But if you do the monthly plan, that's where it gets expensive, $8.99. So, but yeah, it can add up. I mean, for me, I would rather instead of signing up for, and again, not to. If you sign up, that's awesome. Support these, support the app if you like it. But I'd sooner put the $50-$60 into my TFSA, or $8.99 a month. Put that into a fractional purchase. But it's not. I mean, the annual part's not bad. $2 a month. That's okay to try it out. But I don't know. Try it for the 7 days. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I don't. But if you want to try it out, I don't link my portfolio to them, so there's really no point for me to do it. But yeah. So on the stream, recommended videos will line up on the bottom now. Oh, okay. Before, yeah, recommended videos would be on the right of YouTube. Let me see. That's maybe something I just didn't actually notice. Let me go and check. I'm still seeing on mine. I'm still seeing the recommended videos on the right side. So it might be. I'm just looking at another one too. Yeah, it's still on the right side for me. So, but that's looking on the web. I am Darth Vader. So maybe there's just some updates coming. Just depends. Interesting. They're always making tons of kind of little tweaks and changes, and these are the kind of things that I know they'll do in terms of users, and they'll test them across different users to see which ones basically, keep you on YouTube more. So they'll try out different layouts for different accounts for people at different stages. They'll kind of roll them out as a test, and then they'll see if it increases views, and if it's something that's a good increase and a good benefit to the YouTube experience, they'll roll them out to more people. So maybe that's something you've got the sneak peek of what the heck is going on with that. So yeah. But YouTube's always tweaking things and making changes. It's just to get you to watch more videos, because the more videos you watch, the more ads you watch on there, which is how they make their money. It's interesting. I remember YouTube number one used to not be ads on YouTube. This might be dating myself again, but remember when they used to on YouTube, even on videos that weren't videos that weren't monetized. So as everybody knows, as you get monetized, videos will start to show on your videos. But there was, if you didn't have monetization on your channel, they used to not show ads at all. They would be completely off. But then they started rolling them out. So for example, on this channel, you probably saw ads before I was monetized, but then YouTube just takes all that money. So they were starting. That's fairly recent. In the last few years, they started. A couple years, they started that, I think. And then now. And then before the video start, you used to remember you'd only usually see like one ad, and now there's a lot of time you're usually seeing two. It's usually like a short one. For me, you get like a short ad, and then you get a long, one ad that you can skip at the end as you do it, or some you can't skip at all, and you see two ads instead of one. Which, whatever. I mean, it's fine. It's almost like you get used to it. I sometimes don't even when you're watching a video. You just automatically know to skip the ads at the very beginning when you're watching YouTube, and you just hit skip. The one thing that's kind of annoying is sometimes you're watching longer videos, and sometimes when the ads go on, they're kind of in terrible spots. Now YouTube can do this automatically. Like when I turn on a live stream, and if I turn on ads, it puts it like it puts them into the stream. It's supposed to put them in at breaks and that kind of stuff when it thinks it needs it, but when you're watching videos, sometimes that puts them in the wrong spot, which can be kind of annoying when you're it can be kind of annoying when you're in it, like maybe watching a good podcast or good interview, and they're in the bad spots to break, and it kind of kicks you out of the you're in that zone of watching and enjoying, and it kind of like, too many ads. But anyways. And you didn't, so you haven't got it. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, may change. And you've gotten 7 ads watching. Do you watch this is it on TV and you watch, hopefully you haven't seen 7 ads yet. I have to figure out there must be a way to maybe, I don't know how that all works. You just turn them on and off. That's the hard part. You don't really have control. I can go in after my stream, and if YouTube's placed ads in the replay, I can move those around if they're in weird spots. But from what I've looked at for this one on a replay, Frosty Fire, is it puts one, I think, kind of obviously puts them at the beginning, and then it kind of puts one kind of by the countdown. So it seems to be okay, I guess. I'd have to play around. Sometimes it's just like, you just let YouTube do its thing, and but 7 is a bit much. I do know that a lot of people do watch on TV. They know that they fire it up on the TV screen and watch YouTube quite often, which is crazy because I usually watch YouTube on my phone, but have a TV and it has YouTube as well. But I don't really watch YouTube on it that often. It's more like Netflix and stuff. But I just never think to do it. But I know a lot of people. YouTube, I think, is that YouTube TV is, I think, a market. Maybe they're trying to get more people to watch onto. So interesting. I guess of the people that are watching, who watches on their, let me know. I think I might be able to do a poll here. I can do a poll. Let's do this poll. Do you watch? Let's do a poll. Let's do, I can only do, I can. Oh yeah, I can. Let's go. Let's see if that works. See who watches YouTube on their TV. I don't. That's always interesting. And I just figured out I could do a poll here. That's awesome. We can do. I'll have to be able to start to do polls for different stocks or something like that. Figure that out. What the market's going to do, up or down, or buy or sell, or what the heck's happening. You try on TV, but it's too slow. Yeah, it's the navigation that I find. I have an Xbox that I play every once in a while, and it has YouTube on there. But you can use a controller to kind of move around. But yeah, I know what you mean. You're not swiping, and it's the user interface is slower. Whereas if you're on your phone or like an iPad or something like that, Chris, it's just easy to navigate and faster, definitely faster to search, because you have to type stuff in to get the search stuff on your TV is super slow. They haven't fixed that yet, unless I guess you could maybe connect a keyboard somehow to some TVs, but then that's then that's just kind of weird. They haven't quite fixed the search part. The TV would be good for like subscriptions that you kind of watch all the time, and if the latest video pops up, it would show, and you could just select that one to watch. So there we go. So there we go. Watch the poll. Most people watch on their phone or mobile device, iPad or something like that. So good. Those are kind of fun. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Trevor. Good to have you here. We're talking about how we watch YouTube. We've gone from Shopify layoffs, bank failures to YouTube. It's always good. There is a cast button. That's right. I see that pops up every once in a while by mistake on my phone, Frosty Fire, because I don't have it connected to the TV, but it still asks me. Maybe it works through somehow, but that's a good call. I know some people have watched like when they watch live streams and stuff, because you can type with comments. So what they'll actually do is put the live stream on their television, watch it, and then on the phone they have the same stream going, and then they can do the chat on the phone because it's easier to kind of chat and comment and stuff like that. Oh, the playback is slow. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi or the connection. I don't know. That might be it. This might be maybe an older TV or something like that. I don't know. If it's mine is connected through I don't have a smart TV, so it's connected through the Xbox, which is Wi-Fi, so it seems to work okay. But I don't use it that often. I usually just on my phone, and I put headphones on and just kind of watch it on my phone. Seems to work. I mostly watch like podcast interviews and random stuff like that. Just completely random videos. I will have to look and see phone or TV. So I'm gonna have to check after the poll, and I'll look at the analytics of my video to see actually how many people watch on the TV, on the channel. It's always kind of interesting to see. I had a friend that had done some totally another topic as well as advertising, and on the ads that he ran on YouTube, he would run them on the TV, because more people would watch the ads on TV than on mobile devices. And it makes sense because I think the navigation is different. It's not as easy to click off, and so I think a lot of people just put maybe YouTube on, watch certain things on their TV and have it more in the background and stuff like that. So he would actually run ads and had a really good success rate with the ads on TV as opposed to ads on the mobile part. So for people to watch, and he would do those ones that are a bit longer ads that you could skip, but he found a lot of people would watch the whole thing and just kind of listen to the whole thing. So it seemed to maybe work out all right. Yeah. Always interesting what they're doing. There we go. I think I got all the comments. Let's see here. If I've missed somebody, let me know in the comments. If anybody's watching and it's your first time, don't be scared to say hi. It's always a good group of people here. Haven't seen MC today. MC must be doing something outside. It is getting into summer, so we'll see. It's almost, I think, more people taking some time off. I know MC was on vacation prior, but maybe taking some time off, enjoying the sun. It's good. So coming up on the channel, I will get another update. It is coming up to the end of the week. This week has gone by really fast for me. I don't know about everybody else. So I will get an update though done on the portfolio at some point over the weekend. We'll get that one up to the channel, into the TFSA. All the channel members will see any of the buys or sells on my portfolio. Nothing since this week, on the community tab for them, no buys, no sells, but you will see those posted if I do make any changes. But just carried on, did that deposit on Monday for my portfolio, and then just kind of haven't done anything since then. We'll carry on. I think on Monday we'll do the same thing, dollar cost average. That's the kind of thing. It's like my portfolio is turning into kind of I don't want to say boring, but just consistency has been this key this year. So, but we'll get the update over the weekend. Hopefully we can maybe have, I don't know if today's going to be anything green, but maybe by tomorrow and by the end of the day, there'll be some green in there and some changes in the portfolio. We'll have to see how that goes. There was something else I was going to mention. I totally lost I totally lost my train of thought, and it will come back to me. Someone had asked about staking crypto as well, because I still have that one, basically like kind of like a one Solana stake. I did a video on the channel, and they were asking for an update on that, so I'll try and get that done. That's kind of just sitting there, making making that a little bit of staking rewards. So I will do an update on that. And oh yeah, the TSLY. Now I don't think that one is on Wealthsimple yet. Let me just double check. Candace did a video on that one. Chris, if you haven't caught that, I think she invested in it as well, but I think she used it's not Questrade, National Bank, I believe. You can buy it on Wealthsimple. You couldn't. Let me just do a quick search on Wealthsimple to see if they've maybe added it. I don't know. No, it's not on there yet. They just have the one from Purpose. It's YT YTSL. So super confusing with these names. But yeah, I saw that as well. I don't know if that will continue. The one with the Tesla yield shares, so far dividends have been held. The distributions have been held on that one, so that's good. I'm still holding that. I haven't added anything to the position. It's down a little bit, but it brings in a pretty hefty return so far every month. And I think with the volatility of Tesla, that'll be one I'll just kind of hang on to for a while. I don't plan to buy anymore, unless maybe the price goes way down again. We'll see what happens. But those are kind of fun to hold as well. Obviously a bit more speculative. But for me, mostly, I think the goal going forward is, again, it's cork positions right at this point to kind of build up. I do want to add more to Diversified Royalty Corp. I'll do that slowly. I want to try and get it in to be able to get with the dividend to be able to at least buy one full share. So if I can kind of do that every month, that'll kind of start to build that up. It's not quite there, nearly. I probably have to increase my position by about, it's probably gonna have to be about 25% or so. So I'll have to put a kind of a decent, a couple $100 to be able to do that. But it's I think I got $2 last, so I got $2 last time, so I would have to kind of bump it up 50% basically. So we'll slowly but surely kind of do that. And there's someone else, I forget who they comment, they did the same thing. They have enough to actually buy one, which is kind of nice because you can't buy that one in a fractional share at this point. So yeah, the dividends, it's always nice to get those dividends, that's for sure. It's always nice to see that roll. See those roll into the account, even when the account is your portfolio might be down or certain things might be in the red. It's nice to see those coming through. It gives you some motivation, and gives you some money to invest and start to reinvest. There we go. Let's see this. Let me pull this. Get your last votes in on the poll. It's quite a few people do mobile. There is, it looks like there's 14 people watching. So if you haven't voted, give it a vote, and we'll leave it up for another minute or so, and then I'll end the poll so we can see the results. It's interesting. Almost 30% of people watch on TV. That's always interesting. You own the TSLY as well. Awesome. Is it in? Is it Chris? Is it in Questrade that you're at, or is it the National Bank? Yeah. I know a few people that have use Questrade for stuff. Yeah. But interesting where you get it. Probably there. Surprised Wealthsimple hasn't added it yet. I don't know how much it trades. So maybe I think there's maybe a certain threshold on Wealthsimple in terms of numbers of shares and that kind of stuff that it trades before they'll bring something on. I don't know how that works. I know you can suggest a stock or ETF through the app and support if you want to add it. It's obviously no guarantee they're going to add it, but it's something you can actually do. Oh, the royalty stock, diversified royalty. Yeah, that was kind of the coffee crew pick, and it was good. I'm happy with it actually. It's been decent. It's yeah, it looks like they've added some more, more royalties coming in now from some more Mr. Lube, and yeah, it's yeah, I think it's a good kind of thing to, we'll that'll I'll build slowly. I have to as it happens. I'll probably wait for a day that I can kind of, it'll be a kind of a, I want to say like a bonus deposit, but kind of watch it for a day when it's down, because it kind of seems to hover around, like it's usually around $3, but some days it'll drop down to 295, 96, something like that. So I mean, what is it today? Do I have it on here? Div. I wish I could share my screen. See, it's down today, 295. So it's down to 295 today. So it would be something, that's where I'd probably kind of try and see if I can grab some more, and that's kind of where it's sitting. So now that I see it today, I might actually go and add a little bit after this, after the stream, because it'll back up. But I think kind of like 295 or so is probably a decent, it's lower than my initial first buy. My initial first buy was 299, so my average cost is, I think, just over $3. So if I can get a little bit more for under $3, I'd be happy. So. So you're gonna go to something more risky. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Gonna use your Shopify sales to get Wealthsimple Tesla yield. Okay, yeah, I've been happy with that one. I mean, dividends 30 cents and a bit. We'll have to see. It's been consistent so far. So as long as that doesn't change, I'm happy with it, and I'll hold that one for a while. I think. Again, everything kind of on my portfolio is a long-term hold, so get some yield in the meantime, and they're kind of fun to watch. I kind of enjoy the, you see the volatility sometimes is, if you can stomach it, So it's obviously not the majority of my portfolio is in ETFs, so it is a small percentage, but I wouldn't go all in on that by any means, but nothing wrong with I guess a small position. It seems to be a popular one, that's for sure. I think the Tesla one is the most popular kind of out of them all. I do have the Google one as well. It's actually been doing okay. But I've kind of looked at it and thought, I should just probably take. I think it's up 14. My Google yield is probably up about 4. Mine down on the Tesla now, but I've added more. So the Google one is up about 14% or something like that. So I kind of think, I should just sell this and then put it in something else. But it's been paying out kind of decently as well. So it's like, kind of hang on to it. I think Google will kind of hopefully do okay. There we go. Let's pull that poll up. I think we'll end that one. So yeah, 70-30. Let's end this. It'll probably pop up, I think, in the chat maybe as the results. Maybe it didn't. It might have just totally got rid of it. But it's basically 71% watch YouTube on their mobile, 29% on their television. Who knew? So we'll do that. We'll do the poll thing again, which is kind of fun. We'll do the poll. We'll do the poll for. We'll do the poll one time for kind of questions on the market and stuff like that. I'll have to figure out some questions, and maybe if there's people asking about different ETFs, because I know there's there's the Vanguard, and then there's the iShare, the iShare one. There's different ones that are very similar. We can do a vote to help people maybe decide what the preferences are on stuff like that. So always fun. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to be a wrap. I again, still busy. It's always good, like I said, but we'll sign off. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always appreciated. It's good to have all the coffee crew here. I'm just going to scroll through the comments. I think I got everybody. Thanks for tuning in to everybody. It's always fun to do these live streams in the morning. Gets me motivated, gets me started for the day, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. And I do. Thanks for tuning in thanks for tuning in live, keeping the comments going, always appreciated. And if you're watching on the replay, always appreciate it as well. Don't be afraid if you're watching on the replay to leave a comment. We'll answer it in an upcoming, if you have a question, we'll answer it in an upcoming live stream. Happy to pull those up as well, because I understand everybody can't always watch live. It's always kind of difficult for some people if you're working, but a lot of people watch the replays. So we'll leave it with Steve. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Tomorrow is Friday, so TGIF tomorrow. We'll be back, and have a good one.